Shop smart, shop S-Mart.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new book.
And we've got a returning friend of mine, Mr. Adam Lawson. What's going on, brother? How you?
It is good to be back here, Luke. You know, I feel like it's been far too long since we hung out. And
Totally, man.
And that pains me.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on, man. You got all kinds of irons in the fire. You writing stuff. You're, putting out other books. You're editing for other people. I mean, you got a lot going on. You got a lot going on with the camera right now too. I don't know.
I know this weird thing. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Yeah. I got this new
He was
camera.
doing that weird Fritzen cyberpunk type thing, man.
It's supposed to be able to help me control like the color and etc. on it, but it comes with a pretty serious glitch. But anyways, yeah, I do know it's good to be back here with you. I know we've
man.
I know we're just chatting with Matt, and it seems like there is so many things rolling, and it just feels cool to be flying Feline. Yo.
Hey. Adam is phasing out. Yes, he is.
Oh. Am I phasing? It's still going in and out?
Oh no! That's what she was saying about what was just happening. No, you're good now.
Yeah, that's
what's up,
my.
Edwin?
That's
good to see you.
Secret.
Yeah.
Bloodbane. By the way, anybody who hasn't checked that out, it's pretty cool. I got the ash can. Donald is doing, I think, some of his best stuff on that. Edwin, it's like
he's having a whole lot of fun with that. Yeah, it's
right.
It's a cool looking
you
book.
look at the pages and it's fun instantly.
Yes. Yeah.
Totally. Really,
and I think that actually kind of epitomizes Donald's art. To be honest, looking at the pages he does, it's just it's fun. It's fun to look at. Especially since he started pushing like the whole the cartoony, the exaggerated proportions and perspective on stuff. He seems to be having a lot of fun with what he's producing, which I'm glad to see because that's my boy.
Yeah, right. I know, and in some ways, it almost, I think that it's one thing I love about what we're doing with Killjournal with Maxie. His art is it's not quite a cartoon, you know what I mean? But it is.
But it's got that vibe.
Slightly caricatured. And as a result, you can really show a lot more expression, right? I think that's one of the benefits of manga. Sort of broke that with because we're not quite real. We can give exaggerated expressions to give without going too bonkers. That kind of help actually sell the emotion. I think James Heron does a lot of that, like an Ultra Mega, where things are
totally
right. They're just a little over the top. Really, I think it has some value, right? Like it does something for you.
Well, there's a certain level of cartooning that goes into comic artwork. I mean, you've got the hyper realistic people like Brian Hitch, but even still, there's a little bit of exaggeration there. Beautiful.
Yeah. See, this is I agree. Like this is exaggerated, right? There's this in a way that lets you kind of understand the feeling of it, right? Versus it being so photoreal. I totally agree.
But there's a certain level of cartooning that kind of almost has to go into it because it I don't know. You've got to be able to stretch things a little bit because we're dealing with the fantastic. It kind of helps with the suspension of disbelief sometimes, and different styles lend themselves better to to that distortion. Cartoony stuff is a little harder to process when you've got a style like Brian Hitch, but when you've got a style like Maxie's or like Donald's or Krager,
absolutely.
Krager does that. He can do like a werewolf popping up and it's not going to feel completely out of place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jason. He and I have been working on Jawbone Death for all this time. and it's gonna make
it's such a badass image that's up on Twitter right now. It's great.
Yeah, isn't it so cool? And see, like, speaking about Jason going just a bit more cartoony, this is that image that's up, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's all traditional work, right? You can see there's a funness that happens with the drama of it. I freaking love what he did with this story.
The motion of it, man. Yeah.
Yes, because then that exaggerated element lets there be this motion, right? Like there's something.
Look at that.
Right?
Holy shit, that's cool.
Yeah, this is the wrap cover for that story when it fully launches. Shit. We're just going to get a teaser here. We're just going to get the first 8 pages. We're going to get 8 pages in the book. But you can see that
is so rad.
And and something happens to Jason's art when he's working traditionally that takes it up a notch. There's something
fucking
about
magic, man.
Yeah, and when he's doesn't have the ability to copy and paste, and when you're making it with your bare hands, so to speak, there's a real change. And I've talked to him about it many times. It's like, Jason, something different happens in your art. The other stuff isn't bad, right? Jason did my original Kill Journal graphic novel. The pages are awesome. I love what he did. It's a great book.
It's a fantastic book, man.
Though I will say that when he does traditionally, something new happens that's incredibly exciting. And so,
what's up, Seth? Good to see you, man.
Yes, Mr. Kreisgau is in, baby. Yay! Well, if you want, Luke, you can bring Brian on if you want. He works with me on this. Oh, dude, you've got it. You've got the leather bag. Oh, and you get the Psycho Killers T-shirt.
Yeah, I had Vaughn on the other day, and I opened up my Psycho Killers, man. I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, but I absolutely love the look of the book, and I love the fact that that you guys are working together, and like that's the book that came out of like you being like, hey, I want to produce a story. We should work on a story together. What do you got? And well, I got this awesome thing. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, I know, and I agree. And then it's been super fun. The response has been great.
What's up, Brian? Good to see you, brother.
But Brian, Brian also
I just had to grab my my copy of this awesome leather bound edition, man. I fucking love this book. It is beautiful, homie. Like it turned out so good.
Yeah, I know, right? That leather bound cover. So this so in the new campaign, which is for this book, this standalone one shot, which you don't have to have read anything else. You can just dive in, and this is rad, and it fully works. This looks so cool. But this is that graphic novel, that leather bound edition. That was for those who backed the campaign, but going forward, you can get this anno trade paperback.
Get it.
Yep.
You guys need to get it
on the campaign. It's just only a mere $15, and you can add it on to this if you haven't.
Damn, that's great.
Read this story world. But this is what the campaign is really about, is this book. It's done. And also too has a foil
beautiful
cover.
shiny cover. I was about to say, like, flip that around again. Let's see that beautifulness again.
Foil cover. It's kind of like what we did with Psycho Killers, right?
Yeah.
And so
I like it.
And it's going to be signed like Psycho Killers. It'll be numbered as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be its own collector's edition. And then you can just see these. I love the interior covers, the black and white versions of the front and back. Right.
Yeah.
And you can see these rad pages. So Mike Spicer is the colorist who did Murder Falcon.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right. One of my favorite colorists in the business. And you can just see how rad, the pages are with him.
Yeah.
And speaking of maxing like emotion, right, in these caricatured pages, you can just see how much emotion are in these panels, right, with the eyes and the whole thing. It's just something else.
It's that exaggeration, man. That slight bit of cartooning that sells it. Like that over exaggeration. They got. Because when you're filming things, especially in animation, like stop motion animation, you gotta over exaggerate things so it actually looks like something, so it actually moves. And sometimes you got to do that with comics, man. You know.
No,
Thank you, Feline. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
I feel like that sense of motion is everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That forward momentum. And that's the funny thing about comics is like we've got to tell a moving story, but with still images. The story's got to move. The images themselves have to look like they're moving in order to get that feeling of life across. It's a weird alchemy that kind of comes together, the story and the art. Making this story move forward. These characters have got to feel real. Based on characterization, but they've got to emote. They've got to act. Your art has to reflect their emotion in what they're saying, what they're doing. If they're having a fight scene and they've just got, flat emotions on their face, it's not going to work. If somebody's supposed to be yelling and they don't have that animation of face, you got to exaggerate those features in order to get that across sometimes. So it's a fun balance, man. I think it's one of the things that makes comics unique.
It is, right? And there is so much. So many exciting things about art style, right? That because it's two-dimensional and because it's drawn by hand, you can go places with it. You can have a feeling that you can't even capture in animation, or at least not super crazy expensive animation. And that's what I love about a book, about a comic, right? And also to be frank, I like. Just like personally in my life, I like not watching a TV because I'm on screens all day. That I actually like to hold a thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Give me a book to hold in my hands.
Yes.
Smell the print, feel the pages.
That's right, and I can get something out of that. Because for me, by the end of the night, my wife likes to watch a TV show. Sure. And I just sit next to her and read, right? And it's like. Because for me, watching the TV show doesn't really wind me down. It doesn't relax me. Whereas,
I work with this stuff all the time. This is not calming me down.
This is not going me anywhere.
You need to unplug from all of this. No, I totally get that, homie.
And to get into this world where you start to feel, and you get to hold something. Anyways, that really it's never changed for me. Yeah.
You know what? One of the things I love about reading comics, especially like on a Sunday morning when the house is quiet, I've got a big mug of hot coffee and a stack of comics to read, and then just unplug from the world. There's quiet outside of that story. The story I may be reading may be chaos and death, destruction, whatever's happening, but outside of that, I'm in my own little bubble. And it's just me and the story, and I'm enjoying the ride. That's one of the things I love about it. And I don't really read regular novels. Like I don't sit down and read books anymore. I listen to audiobooks because I can listen to those while I'm inking a page, while I'm doing a commission or something like that.
Right.
Mowing the lawn, doing the dishes, whatever. But comics are a visual medium. I got to sit down and look at those. I gotta look at them and process them, and so I get that unique, closed off from the rest of the world in my own little story bubble. I'm going on an adventure. So I get exactly what you mean, man. It unplugs from the rest of the world and it's just you and the story,
Right?
Yep.
And there's
a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And I hate to, and I hate to get away from that, right? There's something really special about that. So anyways, I think it's rad. Comics are cool. It's a great medium. I love it.
Unique storytelling medium, man.
Yeah, it just is. It just is. It's really adventurous.
Absolutely. Especially when you're having fun with it, which you seem to be.
Yes, dude. I'm just having the most fabulous time. I love it, So
fucking great, man. I love hearing that. Okay, we're gonna jump into the Kill Journal and talk about it here for just a second, but just briefly tell everybody what you've been up to. I mean, obviously you helped Vaughn get Psycho Killers out. You're working on Exiled with Wesley Snipes and Esquivo. I'm really looking forward to that book. I managed to jump in on that one when you did the Indiegogo version. And got the little figure and everything, man. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fucking rad. no, your mic cut out.
Yeah, the figurine is happening. So this is we did a couple yellow ones of it.
Look at that.
You know,
that is so cool.
This is the figurine for the exiled, and it's been going incredible. You know, we've had, we've been, doing the exiled. It's, we've moved over 100,000 copies of the book.
Yeah,
of the comic. Pretty crazy. This was Preston's cover. Actually, the most valuable was turned out to be of all the covers is Preston's work. And then there's Rob Willis's cover, who I think and then Tyler Kirkham did an amazing cover. What's cool though is guess who keeps selling more covers than anyone else?
Esquivo?
Preston Acevedo.
Preston? Yeah. Well, I mean, fucking Preston's badass, man. Are you kidding me? Like, dude just keeps leveling up.
He just keeps leveling up. Then his covers just keep getting picked by more and more. The shops just kept kind of pushing for his covers. And, because they did a lot of variants, but he sold the most covers.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Preston deserves it, man. He works hard, man. He does good work. Works really, really.
No question about it. Okay. So that's been the deal. That's been, so there's that. So there's this new Kill Journal book. There was the Psycho Killers.
Yeah, man. Just all over the place, doing all kinds of stuff, man. Gordon Goodbrother wants to know what issue we're up to on Exiles.
So the Exile issue number 6 is out. And
nice.
That's in the hands of backers digitally, and we're unfortunately late on getting the book done. Esquivo is doing amazing work, but things have just kind of fallen behind pretty heavily.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
It happens. Gordon Goodbrother only has the Preston covers, so he's digging on them. Yeah, a whole set of just nothing but Preston covers. Hell yeah, dude. Love it. Absolutely love it. Any chance we'll get like a print set available, or maybe some cards of Preston's covers?
There's a set of cards that goes out for the backers as part of the stretch goals. And then there was a print, Acevedo prints, that's going out. So there is some cool stuff that will going, because the campaign is for the Exile is essentially, is this, right? This is what the ultimate backers get.
Really? Like a little fold around, wrap around magnet box like that? Dude, that's gonna look bitchin' on the shelf.
Yeah, but so that's what the ultimate backers get. But this is essentially the size of the book.
Damn.
So this is a standard comic.
Whoa, dude. No kidding.
You can see how much bigger it's going to be.
Dude, that's almost a full 11 by 17 page. That's huge.
Yeah. It's a huge
quite
page.
There, but yeah dude, that's great. Page. Yeah,
so I wanted it to feel this ultra immersive experience.
Yeah.
It's more expensive and all the other things. But it's going to be more than all in. You're well over, 140 plus pages. The cover, it's going to be like this cool sort of soft ply cover. It's got the ribbon.
Oh wow!
You're gonna get everybody gets a print. They get a metal bookmark, and they get 6 trading cards. And then in the book are secret codes that give you a free digital collectible online. That's like an NFT type of thing where it's
wow.
So that's what everyone gets. And then we're gonna do that as well with the Kill Journal. So
that's fucking rad.
Yeah. So in the Kill Journal, there is a hidden code in the book. And so for anyone who doesn't know, the Kill Journal is in a world of slashers and survivors, right? This is a story of people, what do you do after the horror movie ends and all your friends are dead and you're broken? Well, you find yourself on the steps of, there it is.
Are you a victim?
That's always the question, right? Being asked in all the Kill Journal books. Are you a victim?
Yep.
Or a survivor?
Fuck yeah.
But they end up on the doorstep of St. George's Church looking for answers for their life. Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, we'll just give a quick Easter egg reveal. What's this? Oh, there in the bottom. Tie back in.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, so this is where that starts to tie in. So this story,
shit, man.
It deals with essentially people, trauma survivors, trying to overcome in this, after the ultimate trauma of your friends being butchered. And so, and this is the story. Takes us back to St. George's first hunt when Finch, who is a boy who grew up in a dog fighting pit in the border of Texas, Mexico, one day a dog didn't show and his dad threw him in the ring as a kid. And by 17, he was ripping pit bulls' throats out with his teeth. And a revenant comes through, wipes everyone out. His dad was tied into the creation of this revenant. And, he just becomes like a lost dog, feeding in the alley, eating in the alleys, and ends up on St. George's Church doorstep. And St. George has just had this revelation of what he's supposed to do. And so he's the first recruit. And they're going to go and hunt Mr. Crispy. They're going to go and hunt this guy here, Mr. Crispy. So, that's the story. This is
that scene in the Kill Journal where you introduce Finch. Just that whole scene was just heart wrenching.
Right?
Just brutal, man.
Well, the thing is for those who haven't read it, I've included those 6 pages in here as well too.
Awesome.
So this was a standalone. You don't need to have read anything else. Those pages are in here.
Okay, cool. That was my question.
Yeah. And then there's this tie-in here that sets it in motion here with this page. Then there's those few pages, and then we jump into the to the story. It weaves straight into this story. So, because I wanted it to be something that people who don't know anything about it, it's still just as cool as for people who do know something about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You give everybody a chance, a jumping on point, as it were. So this would be a good jumping on point for people that aren't familiar with the world yet, so they can get into it, and then they can also pick up the original graphic novel as well. So they can grab the new book and the original graphic novel, so you can get all caught up on the story. So $30 and you got it. That's right.
You're in business,
great, man. Yeah.
You're in business, and you get this full experience. It's top-notch art, top-notch colorist, and I think one of the most exciting stories I've ever told. And there's a rad T-shirt. There's a cool patch you can get.
Fuck yeah.
Because we're gifted rebels, right? We're rebellious, but we're gifted. We have a message.
We got stories to tell. Damn it.
We got stories to tell. So this is our world here. In the scope of the Kill Journal. And so this book, I wanted also to make it a collector's item and special. It's, limited to a certain number of copies. They'll all be numbered. They'll be signed. They're foil. If you can imagine, printing this book in foil is more expensive than printing this book.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it, man. And to point out what Adam's talking about, if you look at the bottom of my my Psycho Killers here, I got number 305 of 400. Meaning there are only 400 copies of this book. Now, if you know anything about collecting comics, you know that the lower the print run, generally speaking, the higher the price on the aftermarket has a tendency to be, especially if said property gains popularity. So the lower the print run, the more collectible it generally tends to be. So how many are you planning to print of this particular book?
Well, we're going to top it out at 500 no matter what.
Nice.
But what we'll do is we'll cap it at backer count. So if there's 250 backers, it'll become 250.
Okay.
That'll be the number. And as you know, the XL is in mainstream distribution, and the Kill Journal is on that pathway too. So what's cool is this is a chance to get it before the world, and also to its value is very different because it's gonna end up in a mainstream setting as well through mainstream distribution, which just really changes the scope of the value from a collector side.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if I can recommend, I mean, since I got this beautiful leather bound edition here, if you haven't figured out, yes, you need to get this book. It is damn good. It is beautiful on the inside and the outside. It's not for the faint of heart. I will warn you. The story is not for the faint of heart.
Not for the faint of heart.
But if you like a good character-driven story that will reach in and just pull on those heartstrings and fuck your day up in a good way, then you need to get this book. Seriously, Adam knows how to tell a good tale. Keep you entertained the entire time. On the edge of your seat. 100%, man. Credit where credit's due, brother.
I much appreciate it. No, I agree. Definitely not for the faint of heart, but worth the ride. And and I think
100%.
We're building something truly in the grassroots of it all. And I think that now with the X-Style
stuff,
now that it's hit mainstream, publishing and it's done really well, and it's continuation, that it's like it's the beginnings of something pretty wild, right? Like you're like, this is the true formation of something, and not often do you get to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Boom.
Yeah, Tokame says he's got 171 and 338 of Psycho Killers. The book and story is fucking mind-blowing.
He did. Okay, dude. Boom. You get it.
Hell yeah.
You get it.
What's up, Crooked Painter? And we got BA. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Welcome.
Yeah. Dude,
yes, this is the new Kill Journal book. This is what would you call this? Kind of like a prequel? This is the beginning of Finch's story.
This takes place before. It's a prequel story, but it's a standalone book that requires you to not have read anything else beforehand.
Mm-hmm. This is a great jumping on point if you didn't get a chance to get the first book. And if you didn't get a chance to get the first book, conveniently enough, you can go ahead and grab that original graphic novel right here for only $15. Which, for the amount of story in that book, that's a hell of a deal.
Yeah, it's a 132 page.
It's chunky.
Yeah,
it's a chunky boy. And you got fucking amazing Jason Krager art throughout. All the more reason to jump on it. Now, when it goes to retail, it's probably going to be a bit more than $15 for all that content.
Oh yeah, So, it's all, everything's going to go. So, essentially these books, when it goes into retail, all the benefit of it is like the pricing is the best, right? Because when you think about a foil special signed cover like this, when you go to your comic shop, just to get the 1 in 10 cover costs you $20, right? And
it's, definitely.
Yeah. Let alone something
25 even sometimes when we would get them.
Yeah, totally, right? And so it's actually kind of, so in a way, for anybody who's collecting it, you're in the middle of something cool. And then for anybody who just joined for the Crooked Pages, so this is there's a mini story as well inside of this book as well. And thank you to Kawhi for the praise, called Jawbone Death, about this grizzled biker who becomes the avatar of this ancient warrior and is given the jawbone of the biblical beast Leviathan to fight this horde invading America. So this
I'm hooked.
Jawbone Death, and you can see this is one of the beautiful original pages. But there's going to be
so bad.
8 pages of that will be in this as well too. So it's just a rad experience. That's what you're getting out of it.
There's a fucking theme song. They've got a Kill Journal theme song.
There is
fucking awesome.
The theme song. You've got to check it out. So it's this hip hop artist. His name's Famo. He's a German guy, of course, and he's been delivering songs. He did a great one for Psycho Killers as well, and he just keeps doing them. He just keeps doing them.
Man, I love it. I love it when there's multimedia to go along with a comic. I mean, like I was saying over on Pre-King Awesome, I create like soundtracks to each one of my projects. Each one of, like, I'll be listening because I've got a shit ton of music on my phone. I don't use Spotify. I don't use Pandora. I mean, I'll sometimes use YouTube to listen to something to preview it, but by and large, I have all of my shit ripped and put onto my phone, so I can just listen to it, wherever I'm at. And I'll be listening to my music and I will see scenes from my stories in my head to that music. I will see music videos, and then I will want to play out those music videos in panels, in story,
Right.
and then recreate those music videos that are in my head in real life, maybe for the campaign later on down the road. Like, reaching out to Pedro and having him like help me animate, some of these or something like that,
Right.
But I mean, that's just the way my brain works. You are correct. I live in a world of heavy metal. Like there's always music.
You are in the soundtrack.
Yes, 100%, 100%, man.
Yeah.
But for those of you who want to check out the Kill Journal song, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat here. But you should really be going over to check out the page here and grabbing this book because you don't want to miss it,
Yes, but Famo is somebody like I owe a ton to. He's been so awesome in building tracks for all my books, and he does it, essentially gratis just for a chance to get a bit of exposure, and he's it's been awesome what he has put together every time. He does music videos for the Psycho Killers one, and so it's somebody that I'm always like, hey, you can't say enough good things about Famo and all his work. But like you're saying, you're living in the soundtrack. You can play the soundtrack, read the book, and you're in it. That is the way to get the multimedia experience out of the comic. But
it's part of that immersive experience, man. You know, there's a, I don't know. I've heard it said that writing is kind of a unique telepathy. You know, the reader is receiving the thoughts that the authors, you know, are putting across. I feel like music is much the same way, you know, but you're getting a vibe. You're getting, you know, because energy, frequency, and vibration, right? You're getting a vibration from that music, you know, and it helps set the mood. I mean, it can help drive a point home that you're looking at in, you know, in these pages.
You know, it's interesting.
These pages are gorgeous. God damn.
Just so good. I love Maxie's work. And what's interesting is you see the back of it. It's amazing how purple it looks in that photograph.
Oh, yeah, totally.
The foil nature when you snap a still.
Hey, it all depends on what angle you catch it at, because looking at what you got there, it goes from purple to, like, you know, a blue to like a violet, you know?
Yeah, right?
Like you got, you know, the really red purple, then the blue violet, then the blue. It's very cool, man.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
And then the front cover, obviously very red, but when you were turning it earlier, you could see like the fuchsia, the orange, you know, it changes, and it's really cool. I love the foil stuff, man. I mean, I collected comics, you know, in the fucking 90s. I mean, I've been collecting comics since I was 3, so, you know, 80s and 90s. I love that stuff. I enjoyed like the gimmicky covers sometimes, you know. I don't care that they weren't, you know, they're not worth anything now, you know, like the what is it, the Web Spider-Man 100 with the shiny armor suit on the cover and whatnot. I didn't give a shit, man. I just thought that was cool that they had like a neat cover like that. Die cuts, Wolverine number 50, where it looked like he slashed through the folder. You know, fun stuff like that is unique to comics. We can play around with that. You know, we can do a little flash, you know, a little pizzazz, little the old razzle dazzle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can break the medium, and so you can break some of the rules, and because you're printing something. I love what that is. And so, yes, welcome to foil. Welcome to
yes, dude.
Yeah,
I love it.
Go ahead.
Gordon says, who's the colorist?
Oh, yeah. So Mike Spicer is his name. He did Beta Ray Bill. He did Wonder Woman, Dead Earth.
He's a great colorist. Great
colorist. I just love what he does with a page. He's really quite good at adding in these nice pops of color. In this, I love this sequence here you have up there on the front page, like driving into El Paso.
Yeah,
you know, in the sunlight, and the feeling that has, the feeling that he captures in that sunlight, especially that third panel on that page on the left of the father-son image. The way he captures the sunlight with that is just something special.
I mean, and the mood, especially this page right here. Like with the tree and, you know, just getting that point across, you know, and it's really a character driven, you know, moment here.
Yep.
You know, it's beautiful, man. But I know that you got a boogie. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. You guys need to go jump on this. Get this book. It's all done. There's a patch. There's a T-shirt. You know, and I don't know if you've been able to tell, but I really enjoy Adam's work. You need to go pick this one up. You will be sorry if you miss out on it. Trust me. We'll go ahead. We'll go out with. Is this a short video? That's it?
Oh yeah, that's just a 1 minute. Yeah, it's just a 1 minute video.
Okay. Well, then we can go out with that and have you guys all check that out. But Adam, thank you so much for coming to hang out, man. We need to do this more often. I miss just getting a chance to sit down and chat, dude. Just about anything, you know. But chat, you're amazing, and check this out and go get this book.
There's a war going on, and I've seen the enemy.
Can I play?
Revenants is what they call them. Vengeful souls back from the dead.
You know what? I'll figure this out. Hold on. We'll stop sharing this page and Paste and go. We'll share this one instead. I can technology, I swear to God, you guys. All right. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. Go back the Kill Journal, complete Finch dossier. You will not regret it. Trust me.
That is the truth.
There's a war going on, and I've seen the enemy. Revenants is what they call them. Vengeful souls back from the dead and hungry for blood. I can't fight the war alone. I need soldiers. Those who face the evil that lurks in the shadows. Those who've lost someone. Those with nothing left to lose. I can take their broken lives and reshape them. I can make them into something violent and holy. I can give them revenge. But I cannot give them peace. Only God can do that. And He stopped listening to me long ago. There's a moment that comes when they know whether they're a victim or a survivor. There's a war going on. Which one will you be?
Shop smart, shop S-Mart.